Meeting to order at 5:35, Tuesday, March 25th. And I will now hand it off to Wenda to complete our roll call.
Ava Banner, Reagan High School.
Present.
Shawnice Butler, Mount Tabor High School.
Present.
Maria Efremov, West Forsyth High School. Christopher Gallardo Acevedo, Early College of Forsyth. Atu Lowe, Mount Tabor High. Samira Peak, JF Kennedy High School, requesting an excused absence. Athena Perez, Early College of Forsyth.
Here.
Veda Sanka, Atkins High School. Jada Taylor, Early College of Forsyth.
Here.
Kennedy Wicker, East Forsyth High School, requesting an excused absence. Madison Davis, Atkins.
Oh, I'm here.
All right, lovely. Thank you so much, Wenda. I take it that we all have had time to go over the minutes, that we've all looked at them.
My apologies for sending them out so late.
No, it's okay. No worries. Were there any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the minutes? Anything that needed to be changed that you guys noticed, or were they okay? I didn't see anything personally, so if the minutes are good, then, and if there's no sort of discussion to be had about them, then since we have a quorum, shall I make a motion to approve the minutes?
Or ask for a motion.
Lovely. May I please have a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting?
I, Shawnice Butler, motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
May I have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, I think we got Athena for the second. Awesome. So motion has been made and properly seconded. So now we can move onward to our general business, which is our annual project discussion. As far as I am aware, the flyers have been sent to you, Miss Simon, and we're in need of approval from central office. Is there any update, or you are on mute, Miss Simon?
Thank you. Yes, we are just waiting on approval. They have the letter. I actually spoke with him regarding another matter yesterday, so I followed up with the marketing and the communications department at the school system, and so we are just waiting to make sure the language is correct. I also did share with her some of the flyers that we had already done, to let her know that they will be updated with actual dates and items once we get approval from them. So that way, explaining to her that the need might change. Like before, it might be coats, but now it might be socks and underwear. So the need may change, and of course the dates and all that stuff. So they are aware of that. So I'm just waiting on them to say yes to that. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Also, I regret that I forgot to send you guys a letter so you can take it to the separate places. So I'm making myself a note right now. And if somebody wants to, you can send me a email as a reminder to send you guys that letter so you can take it.
Awesome. Lovely. Thank you. So we don't really have anything to discuss then, unless there are any questions or comments about our annual project, because it's just approval stuff. I think that it'll be very feasible for us to implement dates. We've done this before. We can easily do it again. So are there any questions, comments, or concerns about that?
And also at the, it is on the flyer, the convention flyer, the spring convention flyer. And then they did it, your youth advisory council did announce it at team building this weekend that we were collecting items. So if the students would bring them when they come in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So.
All All right, lovely. And I do believe that that is a perfect segue to discuss our spring convention, which is under our old business. So, Miss Simon, I'm going to leave that to you so you can guide us.
Yes.
Yes.
So I am going to share my screen. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't see it here. What I'm trying to show you is the schedule for next week. Well, not next week. Not yet. Not yet. Hold on just a minute. Let me download it and see if I can share it then. I'm still working on it. It is a work in progress. Let's try it one more time. There we go. All right. Is it sharing?
Yes.
Okay. So a couple of things we need to do. We need to name our convention sessions. We talked about before that the theme is level up. So we need to name our convention sessions. Currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to edit that. That will be 5 and 6 will be 1. So that will be session 5. And then the wrap up session will be number 6.
Awesome.
So, we are not doing urban air. I forgot to change that. We're not doing urban air. We are doing the ultimate gaming night. So we have 6 sessions that we need to name. And I think in the last committee planning meeting, we talked about, when you're playing a game, you got level 1 and you call that something, and then you got level 2 and you call that something. So we gotta name 6 sessions. We don't have to do it tonight, but we definitely need to really think about some ideas. So we'll come back to that. Okay. The other thing is the ultimate gaming night. I have gotten in touch with Dash City Gaming. So on top of all of the other games and puzzles and things that we're going to have on Friday night, they have offered to do either a Mario Kart tournament or a Smash Brothers tournament. Now, I have no idea what Smash Brothers is. But my thought would be that people that would want to would be more apt to do Mario Kart than Smash Brothers. Would you guys be in agreement with that?
I would, yes.
Okay. Have you guys played Mario Kart before?
Yes.
Okay. So what this company is doing, they are bringing in 6 monitors and 6 gaming consoles. Okay. 2 of the gaming consoles will be free all night for people to play whatever they want to play. Then the 4 consoles will be for the tournament, and they will run it like a bracket style tournament. Okay. And then as people are eliminated, those monitors and gaming consoles will come open throughout the evening. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for instance, if we start at 7:00, if we start that session at 7:00, then maybe for an hour we'll have open gaming. And then at 8:00, we'll go to the tournament. And so then 2 of those consoles will be open, and then from 8 until whenever elimination is over, then that will be Mario Kart tournament. And then once it's over, it'll be open gaming for all of those. Okay.
Sounds perfect.
So while that's going on, we'll also have, I've purchased some games. Our staff members are bringing games. Wilson is bringing games. So we'll have all different kinds of card games, board games. I'm also trying to find I found some basketball hoop games. I'm hoping we might be able to incorporate. So we're working on all of that. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Nope.
All right. The other big thing is for those of you who went to team building this weekend, and for those of you who have gone to other conferences, my big thing to them this weekend was pay attention to what the councils are doing, because you guys are going to be doing this. I think I have an idea, but I want to hear what you guys think that you guys will be working on behind the scenes as this is going on. A lot of you were on a meeting with Wilson when we spoke with them. So it's time to hear from you to let me know what you think you guys will be taking care of. And so I can confirm some of those things I can add on, and then we can go from there.
Hold on, let me take a look. So I think that I think that YAC should be leading the, obviously the welcome and the introductions and explaining like the quick transitional periods, explaining that, leading into like when we transition from, let's say, the welcome from the state youth council board into elections, or going from one workshop to another. I think that YAC should be in charge of that. I think that we also should have like a general, it's almost as if it's the human relations awards banquet, we should have those sort of roles as well, where we're just making sure that everything runs smoothly and runs to a T, obviously ensuring that everything is timely and sticks to the allotted time slots. So.
Okay. Agreed. What else? Well, I agree with most of that, except as far as that first session with elections and things, State Youth Council will handle most of that. So we will do, the welcome, and then State Youth Council will kind of step in and do, you guys will do your business meeting, your roll call that needs to be added to that. And then the explanation about the awards competitions, and elections, initial election stuff. So yes, I do agree. What else, guys? Anything else?
Also, we have to come up with what groups, like the committees that we were talking about in the other meeting, we have to come up with what those would be and split everybody up. So
Yes. I'm thinking 4 teams. It's 12 of you guys, and then I think it's going to be 12 of Wilson. So that's 24 divided by
4 is 6.
It's 6. So we'll have, you guys will be in 4 teams of 6 to, because things are going to be needed to be set up, moved around. Sometimes the snacks got to get put up, put back, that kind of thing. So certainly we will do that, and then we will kind of mix you guys up on each team, because that's the kind of thing is we'll be there from the time they get there to the time they leave. And so, say for instance, if you're on a team that is there late Friday night, then you won't be on we need a different team to start Saturday morning. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes. I also just wanted to preface with the fact that I will be in and out helping, but I won't be set because I have to do SYC stuff as well. So just to make that clear. However, I will be as much help as I can. And if anything needs to be worked out, like time adjustments with SYC, then like we're really easy to, that's super easy to handle. So there's no worry there at all. Was there anything else that needed to be really nailed down this meeting?
Yes. The other thing is, well, there are a couple of things that are YAC, but then there are a couple of things that are SYC.
Mm-hmm.
So session number 3 on Saturday at 11:30, at 1 o'clock is a competition. So you guys need to come up with something fun for them to do as a team building activity. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we could do like, because we're already having like board games and stuff. Maybe we could do like games that don't require something physical, like charades on teams, or like that game where like you have to try to say two people have to try to say the same thing at the same time, and whoever does it first like gets the most points or something like that.
Okay. So an active game that everybody participates in.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about, because they had something different for the advisors to do while you guys were doing your team building. But what about something like, was it the cake you guys had to decorate?
Yes,
that was really fun. I thought that it was like, I really enjoyed it. Something of this sort.
So can you explain it? And then as you're explaining it, maybe you guys can come up with something, of the same concept, but a different item, a different outcome.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yes,
can you explain what you guys did?
Maybe we could do, sorry, Ava. Maybe we could do like donut decorating, since like Krispy Kreme in Winston-Salem, instead of cake decorating for the advisors.
I like that, and I think that that'd be really applicable to the overall general purpose of the cake decorating. Basically, we were split into groups of 6, and 3 out of the 6 had to go retrieve materials, and they could not talk. They didn't know anything beforehand. They could not talk to the other 3 who were in charge of decorating the cake. One person was deaf with headphones over their ears. One person was blind with a blindfold, and the other person was mute, and they could not speak at all. And so the deaf person had to read out the instructions to the blindfolded person, who was guided by the mute person in decorating the cake.
That sounds really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we can go out there and look and see if there are other activities, but clearly that's something that, that requires you to operate as a team and requires you to communicate. So are there any other suggestions about that activity?
Sorry, Zeta, was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead.
You guys might have already like gone over this, but I just had a quick question on how like cleanup and setting up, how that's gonna work.
We have not yet. We will come back to that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We just kind of talked about how it's going to be scheduled, but we have not talked about who and what.
Okay, sounds good.
I just wanted to clarify, the main location for the conference events is going to be
everything is at Embassy Suites.
Embassy
downtown.
Suites? Okay,
everything is at Embassy Suites downtown.
Okay, lovely. I don't have any ideas at the moment pertaining to the question that was asked. However, I'm sure that they'll pop into my head and I can easily email them away.
Okay. Anyone else have any ideas for team building session for Saturday afternoon? And I'm thinking that can be something we can give a level up bonus to.
I did have one thing, and this may be out of budget range. However, how plausible would it be to do a scavenger hunt at Callidium?
I don't know. I would have to check to see, and I don't know if I'll have to check to see.
Okay.
Because then we have to see if they have availability for that date.
Right.
Would it be like a Easter egg hunt since it's April, or just like finding random stuff?
I think what I had in mind was, since Callidium is such a like expansive experience downtown, like the Callidium Center, that we would just like say, hey, find these things that are located within Callidium, while also giving them the opportunity to explore and see what Callidium is all about downtown.
I'm not mad at that, because it's you don't have to really, the only thing you have to pay for is the entrance to Callidium.
Right.
And you're using what they, so let me check on it and see.
Of course. And actually, building upon your idea, Shawnee's, I think that was really cute. They find, like, they're given a starting location, and then they are given Easter eggs that they have to find, which gives them the next clue to what they need to hunt for within the scavenger hunt. I think
it doesn't have to be like, when I say Easter eggs, I mean like the plastic ones you get at Dollar Tree. But like, it doesn't have to be like an actual Easter egg. It just be like an Easter egg, like something that relates to Callidium that you would have to find, or something like that.
Okay, because I'm a little hesitant to say Easter, because everybody doesn't really necessarily celebrate Easter.
Yeah, I thought about that after I said it.
That's okay. That's all right. But we can certainly
egg hunt. Just an egg
or
hunt.
spring something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But name it something different.
Also, another thing that we could do is egg decorating. I think that would be plausible as a team building competition.
And we could have like the advisors as judges, like how they did with the cake thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we were at Mini Grant this year, the egg dropping challenge, that was pretty fun. And it was like competitive too. So we could do, I don't know if you guys have seen like the challenge where they do like marshmallows and like spaghetti.
Yeah.
I don't know, that could be fun too.
Marshmallows and spaghetti?
Yeah, and you have to build like a structure out of it. And it's usually like the tallest one wins or something like that.
Okay. Gotcha. Kind of like an erector set, but with, so I've seen it with toothpicks, maybe, yeah? Have you ever seen it with toothpicks, maybe? Okay.
That could work.
Maybe. She's like, no, yeah, I don't think so. Okay. But okay, so if you have, any other ideas, you can put them in a group chat. We can talk about that. But I will certainly look up to see if the Callidium is available. And I think we did talk about the city of Winston-Salem scavenger hunt.
Love that.
So that might be also, since we're downtown already, that might be something we can do as well.
I think that'd be a phenomenal idea if Callidium doesn't, or if you want to do a Callidium and City of Winston-Salem, just keeping it within the same general area. I think that would be awesome, but whatever works out. So if that is Ms. Simon, do you have anything else to add or discuss regarding spring, or?
Yes, and yes. Not necessarily as it relates to the convention, but as it relates to Youth Advisory Council and the convention. Not planning, but the other part of that is I sent you out documents about the awards. I think, and something I had not thought about before, but I think that as much gear as we have, I think it'd be awesome if we entered the awards for the fashion show. I feel like that might be an easy win. And then also, we'll need your information, your seniors. I'll send that information out, what I need to submit for that as well. I think that was pretty much it.
What is the fashion show?
It is just that you show off your youth council gear, and over the years we have provided quite a bit of gear. We have the gentlemen have sweaters, the ladies have blazers, we have sweatshirts, we have long sleeve t-shirts, we have
The girls also have cardigans.
We got cardigans. And so I don't know why it never occurred to me before that we needed to enter that contest, but I feel like based on what we saw last year, where, you know, one team that entered, they just used different colored t-shirts of the same shirt, of the same design. So I think that's something easy that we can do, considering that we're hosting and we got so many other activities. We'll also do the what is that called, Veda, that you're working on?
Scrapbook.
The scrapbook. Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask if you guys have any pictures from this year, or like at meetings or anything. If you can email them to me, that would be great.
All right, that's really all I have.
I have an idea for the scrapbook. Should I share that and see what?
Sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so it's a little complicated to explain,
I'll
but
stop sharing my screen.
okay. So basically my idea is that there's like a treasure chest and like with compartments in it, and there's also like a board game piece to it. So you play the board game as regular, and if you land on a certain square, then you get to open up a certain like compartment from the treasure chest. So it'll kind of be like a pirate theme or something like that. So I tried to keep it in like the level up sort of theme that we have going on. I hope that makes sense.
It makes total sense to me, and I honestly absolutely adore that idea. I think the only thing I'd be careful about is like if you can do it in time.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely be able to get it done in time. Yeah, it's just putting it together is what would probably take the most time.
Of course. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I honestly, I think it's a really creative idea, and I think if you need help regarding the scrapbook, obviously besides pictures, like please do let us know.
That was my next question. Do you think that there may be a time, Veda, that you might need some additional hands?
Possibly with just like putting it together. Or even if like some people could help me with like the graphics or like any online aspect of it, and then so it's like so we don't have to meet in person or anything, that could help too. And if you guys like have any suggestions, like the idea is not final yet, so.
Okay, good deal. Well, we will, and I'll get the supplies that you need and get with you so I can get them dropped off to you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So I would take that as Miss Simon. Anything else? Chance?
I do not think so.
Okay. Lovely. All right, Veda, do you have any other questions?
I have a quick question just about running for SYC.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
I'm just a little confused how the whole process works. Like I've heard that they ask questions, like.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, you are going to be given, you obviously submit an actual paper application. It's about 6 questions, and then you are going to be given around 2 minutes to run a campaign speech. And a campaign speech is very self-explanatory. You explain your accomplishments, what you've been able to do, what you want to do with SYC, so on and so forth. And then I forgot the exact time. However, there is like a allotted time period of like a forum where people will ask you questions and you have to answer them. So it can be something literally like, what kind of song describes you as a person, all the way to something like, how do you plan to advance SYC or something of the sort. But usually, from what I've noticed, they're more fun questions. Last year, we did not have a question forum. I hope that they bring it back this year, and I will meet with my state youth council beforehand and ask them about it, because I think the questions are really fun. But that's how elections go, and then we proceed onward into voting. So yes.
Yeah, and on the schedule, we do have space for, on Friday evening, candidate introductions and questions by executive board. So I do think they are bringing that back. But I just wanted to add that there is space on the schedule for it.
Awesome, great. But
not just a time for like candidates to talk about like themselves and introduce themselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You run that campaign speech. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But any other questions?
And also the forum, is that how it, like a typical forum, like the candidates on stage? And
yeah, so candidates will be on stage or wherever we will have the elections, most likely just standing, and people will ask questions and you answer. That's what it looks like. Don't overthink it. It's on, like I said, the questions usually are really like fun and something like just very creative, but you don't have to overthink it. Any other questions?
No, that's all I had.
And the time allotted for that is 30 minutes, so it's not going to be too long. It can't be too involved.
Yeah, not too many questions.
Right. And then the speeches and voting. The speeches are the next morning, and then voting will be right after that in that same session, but at the end.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So,
sorry, is voting like how it was at mini grant, kind of?
No.
I don't remember.
Voting is going to be, you separate off into your respective youth councils. They give you a paper, and it says like the candidates' names on it, and you have 21 votes per council. So you have to divide those 21 votes amongst the candidates however you see fit. So let's say that Jada, for example, is running for vice chair of State Youth Council, and the entirety of the Winston-Salem Youth Advisory Council wants to give her all 21 votes. Then we would put 21 in the box beside her name, and then that would be how many votes we give towards Jada as the vice chair.
Okay.
You can also split it.
Okay.
Like 2 candidates, one gets 10, one gets 11. So that's how it goes.
Okay.
Yes. So if that are all the questions regarding that and just spring convention, then I think that we're good. Just checking one more time. Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, lovely, awesome. So now we can cruise through these staff reminders and upcoming events. The spring newsletter articles. Ms. Simon, that is another forte of yours. I'll hand to you.
I just wanted to put it on there. I have not put a due date yet for those. I'll send out the winter newsletter or fall newsletter so you guys can see that, and then let you know what the due date is. But just kind of be thinking of things. We got NLC, we got team building. There was a preview for the spring convention, so at that point we can that might be an article. We can talk about graduating seniors. There's a lot of things that can go in that particular newsletter. I just wanted to just put it in your brains to be thinking about articles that you can write about.
Awesome. And then I also did want to make it known, our Human Relations Department banquet, that is this Thursday, correct?
Yes, and I need to know who is going to be there to help serve as ushers. You do get a good meal and dessert.
I do have one question pertaining to that. The last time that we did it, I gave a very brief remark. Am I?
Not this year. We're trying to cut the time down because it ran into 2.5 hours last year. So there are several things that we have removed from the program. We are also not reading the bios this year. Because like I said, we are really, really trying to get everyone out under 2 hours because the elementary school babies, they start to get a little, jumpy. They can't sit still. So yes.
Okay. I am unsure if I'll be able to make it Thursday. I should be able to, however, I may have a last minute. I'm waiting on something else. So I do not know if I will be available. I'm like 95% sure that I can be present, but that's
okay. Is anyone else able to attend to assist?
I unfortunately cannot because I will be gone for HOSA.
Okay.
I can attend, but I won't be able to attend the spring convention because I have a mock exam that weekend, unfortunately.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me that because that's something else I needed to ask. I needed to talk to you guys about. Yes on the banquet. Who else is a yes on the banquet? Anyone? Okay. If you find before tomorrow evening that you're able to attend, let me just send me an email. Okay. One other thing about spring youth, spring convention. So we are offering you guys the opportunity to stay at the Embassy Suites. Okay. But if you decide that you want to stay, then you are there for the weekend. Okay. It's no in and out. It's just like you're with us at another conference. So I need to know that before Thursday. So speak with your parents. Now, if you have some extenuating circumstances, we can talk about that. But when you get there on Friday, you are there until Sunday. Okay? But you can't stay, but you're there from Friday to Sunday. So I need you to let me know by Thursday. Okay? Everybody understand?
Yes. That's
all right. All right.
All right. So that is that. I assume that there are no questions regarding that specific topic of discussion. Now our annual report in May city council presentation. Obviously, as you guys know, we give a presentation to city council in May, rounding our end of the year. So I do believe that we have a lot to discuss or present regarding what we've done so far this year. Excuse me, Miss Simon. You may go ahead.
Absolutely. Since we did not get to present at the January city council meeting because everything was going on with the cyber attack. So we most likely will do a committee meeting because we'll need a little bit more time. So we'll talk about Tampa. We'll talk about DC. We'll talk about the spring convention. And then this is the opportunity to, let city council know how much you appreciate, how much you have gleaned and gotten from your experiences with YAC. As you know, some of you know, and council members, Scipio let you know that, funding is not automatic for next year. And so it is the time to thank them, but also let them know the impact that YAC and these activities have had on your life. Okay. So I'll do a kind of some talking points, and we'll do a PowerPoint in addition to our annual report, and then we'll do that in May. But I just again, that's something else I just want you to be thinking about as well. Okay. Yes, Ava, I see the cat in the back.
Yeah, please forgive it. He's the extra member for today. But with that all being said, our next meeting, so this final piece, we're almost there, guys. Our next meeting is April 22nd, 2025. Spring convention will be already done by then. Are we going to meet a time beforehand?
Yes, that will be the committee, not necessarily the entire council.
Okay, lovely. So are we going to meet before spring convention?
We have to, absolutely.
Awesome. Lovely. So we should just expect an email.
Yes.
With the date and time. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. With that being said, just to wrap it up, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns regarding anything that we've discussed?
Just want to do a review real quick. Things that you guys need to be thinking about, and we're going to be talking about probably sometime next week. Our team building sessions, and what we're going to name our 6 sessions, and those are the 2 big things. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, lovely. So now this meeting is coming to an end. Let's see. Motion to adjourn.
I have a quick comment.
Yes,
For the names about the sessions, could we just send our suggestions to you and then we could vote on like a Google form?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Were you here were you in the meeting when we talked about it, Veda?
With Wilson?
Well, yeah. Well, not that one, but today when we talked about, we just have to name what those 6 sessions are going to be.
Yeah, I think I was here.
Okay.
Lovely. All right. So now, since there are no questions, comments, or concerns, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
I, Shawnice Butler, motion to adjourn this meeting.
Thank you. May I please have a second?
I, Veda Senka, second that motion.
Lovely. All right. A motion has been made and properly seconded. We are now adjourned at 6:17 on today. Just once again, guys, keep your eyes peeled for your emails. But that is all.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening.